guys, Cassie Deputy and Haven Deputy here, and today we are starting some of our seeds for our garden. Sorry, I look terrible. I feel terrible. And a number of the therapies that I'm doing right now, I can't put on makeup and do any of that stuff. So I look terrible, I feel terrible, I'm exhausted, but we are gonna do this today. We're gonna start some seeds. We're starting broccoli. Let me get my book. I accidentally bought this book and tried to return it and then couldn't find it to return it, and now it's like my go-to gardening book. So today we're starting broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, celery, kohlrabi, leeks, onions, and shallots. So that's what we're gonna do. We got some new tools. I've been saving up money and I pretty much spent all of it. So I'm hoping to save up more on these cool seed starting kits. That should make it really easy for us. And then we have all our seeds. I've been collecting more fruit bushes and stuff. I planted probably a dozen fruit bushes last year, but I want to plant more because there's 10 of us, so you can never have enough fruit bushes. So yeah, so let's get going. All right, so these new trays that I got have like these things in them already. There's 72, right? So I bought a bunch of them, and I can always get more if I need to.
Not $72, they're 72.
Right, and then it has like this absorbent pad, and then it has these trays, and then it's basically, I guess, self-watering. And then it comes with a top, so I'm really hopeful that these will be useful this year so we can get a very large amount of yield and not spend a ton of money on plants, because I think I can just buy new pellets for this every year and we can use this. I think it was a good investment.
We hope.
We hope. Yep, we'll see. If not, I'm out. $100. Okay, go ahead and pour the water in like it said. Why are you scared? Here, you do that tray, I'll do this tray.
I drown it. It said slowly, Mom.
Slowly, okay. I don't know how much you're supposed to.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Like the water doesn't.
I don't really know what I'm doing here. How's it going?
It's going fine. I got one. No, I hate when that happens. Look at that. That's cool.
You used that whole jar on this half?
Yeah.
Oof.
I accidentally filled it too much.
Oh, that's all right. We still have room in the bottom. Go get more warm water. All right, so we're starting with how many? 360 cold weather plants? Is that right?
Yes.
And then hopefully we can transplant all these next month and then fill them with 360 summer warm weather plants. So that's the plan. So we're working on a setup here. and we resorted to, in our office, I got these LED, I don't know what they're called, lights from a storefront that was closing down. I got a bunch of them. So originally we set this up in the garage, but then I realized it's still cold. We have mice. They'll destroy my plants. So then I was like, well, we'll just bring it in the living room maybe. Then I realized we have cats, so that's not gonna work either. So we brought them into the office, and I have to set up a second light. So I have them right on the edge, trying to get them to not be so stocky by keeping the light real close so you can see. And then I need Alex to set up a second light because it doesn't quite fit. And then he added this switch so we can do 12 hours on, you know, and at night my kids can turn it off. So I'll add a second light. It's gonna kind of take over my ancient medicine cabinet packaging area. This is where you order from Ancient Medicine Cabinet. I fill your order right here. Yeah, so that's how it's going. Looking good. My onions are just starting to sprout, but I didn't want to leave the cover on much longer because of mold. I don't want them to mold. So looking pretty good. I'm gonna have to thin some of these out. I did not expect such good germination rates. I mean, I'd guess 90% or so germinated. So that's really good. So yeah, so I will keep you posted as these guys get bigger. So far I have not needed to refill these self-watering trays. There's a ton of water in there, and all the little things are still pretty moist. So I'm very pleased with these. We'll see how the seeds are doing. All right, so if you're wondering how I keep track of everything, this is my farm notebook, where, well, kind of like my house notebook, where I write down all my financial goals, all my gardening plans. So I have my garden from last year. Here's kind of my idea. It'll probably change like it did last year, but we have 3/4 of an acre that we're working with. So I'm kind of planning it out, but I'm gonna be rotating crops and really getting a good benefit of the growing season this year. So I'm thinking it'll change. And then here's what I planted, and the type, and then how long to maturity. And then I'm working on some like different ideas on how to get some more nutrients into our soil. And I read and listened to a thing where you can mix Redmond's mineral salt in water and spray it, and it does wonders for the soil. So I'm thinking about doing that. And then as far as the trays go, I basically have these, on each tray I labeled tray 4 side A and side B, so that I know what's planted in each tray. So I have all of that in here organized. So I'm gonna continue to kind of study these. I did onions that don't do well in long storage for the spring, and I'm gonna do onions and potatoes and stuff that do well long storage in the fall, so that I can hopefully build a cold storage place this season. And instead of having to can everything or dehydrate everything, I'm hoping I can store potatoes, onions, garlic, cabbage over the winter. My squash did amazing storing over the winter, so we're still eating squash, but yeah, so that's kind of how I have it organized in my thing. So here's my garden plans for last year, and then kind of rotating crops, and yeah.